Hello, everyone. This is Kathy Dormany with Elder Options. This is an Ask Me Anything session. I'm here with David Huckabee, the Executive Director at Columbia County Senior Services, and he's going to talk to us about the self-prep kitchen that they have developed since the start of COVID-19 crisis.
Thank you. I'm glad to have the opportunity to talk about kind of the innovations we've taken here in Columbia County to address the needs of our seniors and address the issues that we've had with supplies and other contributing factors that have happened since COVID started. So what we basically have done in a nutshell is open our kitchen that we were fortunate to have already built into our Lifestyle Enrichment Center here in Lake City. It was built, but not really usable. It was all there, all the basic equipment was there, but we had not done any self-prep meals on any type of large scale. And so when COVID-19 first hit, and I was unfortunately forced to make the decision to close down the Lifestyle Enrichment Center to our which serves as our biggest meal site in the county, we knew we had to come up with some alternatives to make sure that not only those people who were used to coming here for their meals, but also our home delivered meal clients and other people that we anticipated might be reaching out for help as the crisis progressed, that we were able to serve them and get them the meals they needed. So we were very fortunate to work with Elder Options, and I thank them for their creativity and flexibility as we move forward. And instead, there were a couple of ideas out there floating, whether we could work with local restaurants or develop alternative contracts. And because I had the facility here in the building, like I said, the kitchen, the idea I proposed and got approved and went forward with was just developing that kitchen into a fully functioning self-prep restaurant style kitchen. And the reason I did that was I thought it would increase our capacity immediately, which we were able to do, increase the quality of the meals that seniors are getting, help us deal with any supply chain issues, which we started to see right away. And then the idea is that once COVID is finally over and we return to some new version of normal and we're reopened here, that we'll be able to serve meals that we've prepared in-house, hopefully 5 days a week. So what we did was put in the background work and hired the additional staff we would need to cover that. Worked with our transportation department to make sure we could deliver the meals, and then went into some experimentation with both menus, with packaging and delivery. So I got to learn a lot more about meal packaging delivery than I ever knew before, and what works and what doesn't work, and how to keep the meals at the right temperature, which is obviously very important for food safety, and then get them to the clients in a timely manner. So there was a little bit of trial and error there before we rolled it out, but then we were able to, in the month of June and July, start rolling out meals 1 day a week. We started with a very small selection of clients that were honestly, it was based solely on geography, that we knew we could get a route out from the center quickly, get them to all their homes, and then get back. And then we've gradually, every week, been expanding that. So, like I said, we started with just about 10 clients. We are now up to about 25.
Great. So what are the advantages for the seniors of receiving that hot meal daily?
Well, a couple of them. One is, I already said, the overall quality, and it's not the nutritional value, because we're when we serve our prepackaged frozen meals, which is what these people primarily were getting for, that meets all the nutritional requirements, and it's a good, well-balanced meal. But that's a little different than getting one that's been prepared in-house and served fresh. So we definitely think there's quality improvement, and the presentation is better. The one thing it also did is, before COVID, we were delivering our meals only at most weekly to clients, which is something, since I became executive director, I really wanted to work on. So if we're going to find a silver lining in this pandemic, this gave me the opportunity to work on that. So the idea is that people getting the self-prep meals, right now they're getting a daily delivery of that hot meal, and as we expand the days of week, that'll be more often. And why that's so important is that gives the senior who's receiving the meal a daily check-in, as opposed to a weekly check-in, which is what they were getting before. That's always really important, I think, But certainly during this time of COVID, we found that daily check-in, that might be the only interaction this person's really having. They've lost their ability to go to church. They've lost their ability to go socialize with friends at either our center or some other center in town. And so just having that driver come by, even though there's not any physical contact, we're keeping safe distance and everything, there's somebody to just sort of check in on them. And we've been able to use that to identify some issues that we maybe wouldn't have known about before. One thing we're starting to focus on coming up is mental health. And so I really think that daily check-in will help us identify any, hopefully, mental health issues that are evolving because of their social isolation and deal with them more quickly and not let it go for even a week, which really can make a difference.
Tell me about I think you might have mentioned a little bit about it. You have plans for expanding the service?
Well, we do. So the hope is, like I said, hopefully by the time we reopen, we will have expanded to more days per week. So we're working right now actually to add a second day of delivery during the week. So what these people are getting now is the hot meal once a week and then enough frozen meals to cover the rest of their time. So we would start substituting in days of hot meals, and also to expand the geographical area we're able to cover. That's a little more of a challenge because we might, again, want to make sure we're packaging the meal safely. But fortunately, our center is really centrally located in the Lake City area. And so for a vast majority of our clients, we think they live within a reasonable distance from the center that with meals leaving here, we'll be able to do that. So what we're going to need to do is, because we can't really expand staffing anymore, we're going to start recruiting volunteers probably in the near future to do that. The other way we've expanded it, which isn't, well, it is a benefit of the people receiving the meals. We also offer the meal now as a private pay option. So if people do not qualify for our grants for whatever reason, they're not old enough, they haven't reached the required age, or we would have to put them on a waiting list to receive it under a grant-funded program. They now can drive by and pick up their meals on Mondays at noon, and we charge them what we believe is a reasonable cost. And it's all packaged up for them the same as if they were receiving it at home. So we've added that on Mondays as well, which helps us expand beyond what our grant funding is able to do.
And tell us about how someone would contact you to maybe receive a meal or to receive services.
It's great. So they can call us right here at our Lifestyle Enrichment Center. That number is 386-755-0235. Hopefully everyone who answers the phone here would be able to address that question. But the receptionist is certainly trained. She's actually the one who keeps track of the meals and who's ordering them. And certainly we welcome anyone to call, and we can determine whether we're able to fund it through a grant or whether a private pay option might be a good idea for them, and then we can give them all the instructions for that and how to go forward.
Okay. Is there anything else you wanted to share with us about this today?
No, just that, again, it's an exciting opportunity for us. Certainly, COVID has brought a lot of negatives to our lives and a lot of, unfortunately, suffering and issues that we did not anticipate. So we're really just trying to be creative here. I welcome feedback to myself directly or to our staff here about ways we can improve this program moving forward and suggestions people have. So I would encourage people to reach out because it's a new program and we're sort of building it. We're flying it as we're building it, which a lot of us are doing during this time. Then certainly contact us here at Columbia County Senior Services. Let us know what we can do better, and I'm happy to have those conversations.